Hey guys, it's Casey and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video that's a little bit different for you guys. We're going to be talking about skincare as well as mental health. Now, mental health has been a huge topic this year due to the whole COVID thing, the pandemic. Being in quarantine is very different for us, and there's been a lot of other things happening like elections. The conversation of racism is still a really big topic. You know, we've had things like police brutality still going on. So I felt like this video was really important because I know a lot of us has had our mental health affected in some type of way. And so I just wanted to talk to you guys about a few things that I do to protect my mental health and keep me in a happy, positive state. Before we begin, I want to give a special shout out to Curology. Curology is sponsoring this video, so thank you so much, Curology. And before we actually go into discussing some of the tips that I have for you guys, we're going to talk a little bit about Curology, who they are, what they do, and why I personally love Curology. Now, Curology is a prescription-based skincare company that basically tailors the product to you and your specific skin concerns. I've seen plenty of testimonials about Curology, and I know people personally who use Curology, and it has completely changed their whole skin care. It completely has changed their life. They feel so much happier, so much more confident because the product is specifically made towards you. And I think that's really awesome because a lot of times we buy skincare and, you know, their products are pretty like generic. It's just for, it may be for like oily skin or dry skin, but it's not made for you specifically. It's not made for Casey specifically. So I think that's like the awesome part about Curology is the fact that this is specifically made for me. Like it has my first and last name on the bottle, very specific. So this is not something that my friends could come and just be like, oh girl, I want to try this. Like, no girl, you gotta get your own. Okay. So basically Curology pairs you with your own dermatology provider, and they pretty much do like a skin analysis. So what you want to do is you're going to upload some pictures of your skin and really give them full detail about your skin concerns. So whether that's like redness or sensitivity or some type of post-acne scarring, discoloration, hyperpigmentation, those kind of things. And they are going to make a personalized cream for you. So it's pretty much a 3-step process. You have the cleanser. Now the cleanser is pretty like generic. Everybody gets the same cleanser. But then you have your personalized cream. And this is what you are going to use directly after your cleanser. And then you have your moisturizer. So it's also a really quick and simple skincare regimen. You're not doing like 20 different steps, 3 steps, and you're good to go. So this is also really perfect for the minimalist person, the person who does not want to do the most and also doesn't want to spend a bunch of money on skincare, because you have 3 products and you're good to go. And because this is a prescription based product, then you never have to worry about running out. So I thought that was absolutely awesome. Another thing that I really love about Curology is that you don't have to be super skincare savvy. They're going to really guide you in the right direction when it comes to your skincare regimen. They definitely told me that this is not the best formula to mix with like vitamin C, so that was a great tip. So, you know, just letting you know, okay, don't do this, do this, so that way you can benefit from your regimen the most. Now, this doesn't just focus on acne. This is also going to help with anti-aging. Don't wait until you're like 40 or 50. The sooner you start, the better. Now, these are prescription grade ingredients inside of here, so you're really getting some good stuff. None of the whack things, okay? This is not cheap stuff. This is some good ingredients that you're getting in your personalized cream. I am also going to include what my specific formulation is somewhere here in the video so you guys can see it. I would just try to like read it to you guys, but I'm not gonna lie, I can't pronounce it. And I don't want to be up here embarrassing myself, okay? So I'm just going to include it in the video so you guys can check it out, and you can also read up on some of the ingredients that's in my formulation. So like I said, the process for Curology is super simple. So all you're going to do is upload some photos of your skin, let them know your skin concerns. They're going to customize a formulation for you and send it directly to your home. And these products are really good for nighttime. Like mine specifically says apply to face nightly. So this is not a cream that I'm going to use in the morning. This is really just the focus on night. So the awesome part about this is the fact that you can actually get the first month free. So this is usually like a $20 a month subscription, but the first month is going to be free. All you guys have to do is pay for shipping, and shipping is like $4.95. Just got to click on my custom link, which I'll leave in the description box for you guys. So that is an awesome way to try it and see if you absolutely love it for only $5. And they also offer a 90-day money back guarantee. So if you're not feeling it, you're not loving it, and it's almost 3 months and you're like, you know what, this is just not for me, then you can get your money back, which is awesome. So now that I've told you guys all the tea about Curology, we're actually going to be doing my nighttime skincare routine right now because it is 8 p.m. okay, and I'm going to start just sharing some of my mental health tips and tricks for you guys. So of course, we're going to first start off with the cleanser. I have some warm water on my face, and we're just going to start by applying this. So I think one of the biggest tips that I can give you guys, so I'm just going to start off with this, is learning to detach yourself from social media as well as like news outlets. It can become very, very draining to get on social media, and it's just filled with negativity. And even if it's not just negativity, even some things that are just informative, it can become a lot when that's all you're consuming. You're just, you know, you're signing on social media, and maybe you used Instagram for inspiration for clothes, or maybe for a good laugh, you see a meme or something like that. But you know, when everyone wants to share their knowledge on, you know, what's going on, or share their opinions or whatever, and you start to see all of the emotional videos and just different things like that, it can become a lot. So I feel like it's really, really important to learn how to say, okay, you know what, enough is enough. I'm either going to mute those Instagram pages so I don't see those at the moment, or I'm going to change the channel and maybe binge watch something on Netflix. But I think it's just really important to go ahead and detach yourself. Maybe you'll distract yourself by doing something else, being really strategic on what you're searching on like YouTube, and just finding other videos to watch, maybe like home decor, or that's something that I really appreciate, is home decor, or skincare videos, or whatever the case might be. But just learning to detach yourself is really, really important, because social media and the news can be very, very draining. And another tip that I have for you guys that kind of goes hand in hand with detaching yourself from social media as well as the news, detaching yourself from people who are constantly being negative. That can mean anybody. That can be friends, family, coworkers, significant other, whatever. If somebody's always coming to you with something negative, it's never anything positive, you should definitely detach yourself from them. If you don't want to completely cut them off, because maybe it's like your mom, I don't know, then it's just setting boundaries and learning to say, you know what, I don't want to talk about this. This is really just not the time for me to talk about this. We could revisit that later or whatever the case may be. Sometimes you have to do that, because if you're like me and you're an empath, you just absorb people's energy. You feel people's energy all day long. And when somebody's constantly negative, it can become a lot. And you can find yourself being sad all the time, and you don't even know why. You're like, I should be happy, I'm having a good day. But because you surround yourself with negative people, it begins to affect you. So sometimes you gotta detach from people. You gotta put the people on mute, honestly, even if it's something difficult to do. I kind of want to be fancy with my cleanser. I want to do a little steam with it. I think that'd be nice and fancy, because you know, this is about self-care. This is about making us feel good. And I don't know, something about having a steamer, it makes me feel real fancy and good. All right, you guys probably hear the steamer. We got the steamer going. We're getting fancy. We're doing complete just self-care right now. So another thing I actually don't hear people talk about that much when it comes to mental health is your eating habits. That actually does play a huge role in your mental health, because when you eat better, when you have better eating habits, you tend to have a clearer mind. I feel like when I eat like a bunch of like junk food and things like that, I become very, very sluggish. And when I'm sluggish, I don't ever get anything accomplished. And when I don't get things accomplished, I feel bad about myself in the end. So just eating better and having better eating habits is going to help. It's definitely going to help when it comes to your mental health. You're just going to have just a clearer mind. You're going to be able to do things and get whatever you want to get done. And you feel good. You feel great after you finish eating something that you know you should be eating, because you're like, yes, I did that. I didn't order McDonald's. I cooked, and there was actual vegetables in it. You feel good about it, and you start to feel good about yourself. And I mean, we all know that better eating habits does affect your physical appearance, whether that's like your skin, your hair, your nails, your weight, things like that. So when those things tend to look good, you feel good. So get creative with your vegetables. I'm not saying you guys have to go vegan or vegetarian or anything like that. You don't have to be a pescatarian like me. If you love chicken, girl, enjoy your chicken, but maybe cooking it in a different way and not frying it. You know what I'm saying? Just get a little bit more experimental with your recipes. Something a little bit healthier, but that still tastes good. Okay, so I've washed off the cleanser and my skin is feeling nice and clean. So we're going to continue on. So for the next step, I am going to now be using my personalized cream. So the formulation that I have treats my post-acne scars because I do get a little bit of marks from a breakout. As you guys can see, I have hormonal acne, so whenever I'm on my period, I tend to break out. So this one is going to target that, and it's also anti-aging because your girl is 26 now. She's knocking on 30. Okay. She's knocking. She's like, hello, hello. So anti-aging products are really, really important to me right now. So I'm going to go ahead and use my personalized cream, and we are going to continue on with some of the tips that I have for maintaining a good mental health, especially right now. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this. So I talked a little bit about appearance, and I know that sounds super vain, but I think it is important for your mental health to take care of your appearance, because when you look good, you feel good. And I'm just someone, like, if my hair's not done or my nails are not done, I just don't feel my happiest. For some odd reason, and this is the reason why I got into Curology, when the pandemic first happened, I don't know if it was because I was staying in the house or what and I wasn't getting fresh air, but I was breaking out so bad. And it really had nothing to do with the face mask. It wasn't mask-me because of the fact that I wasn't going outside. I legit was not leaving the house. So I was inside the house. And I don't know if because it's just, like I said, it wasn't fresh air, but I had the worst breakouts that I've ever experienced in my entire life. And I don't know if it was stress or what, but it really put me in a bad place. Now, I don't know if it's genetics or if it's just because I take really good care of my skin, but for the most part, I have nice skin. I don't have many complaints about it. So for me to see my skin react that way, I was just like, no, no, no. It was making me so sad. And I didn't want to wear makeup because I felt like my makeup didn't look as good. It just wasn't laying down as smooth as I'm accustomed to. It just wasn't it. So if you feel like your skin or your hair or whatever is definitely putting you in a bad place, work on it. You know, find a new regimen that, you know, works for you. Get experimental. Find something that's going to work for you, that's going to make you feel good. All right. So I have applied my cream. I'm feeling good. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the moisturizer. So this is honestly like my favorite part of skincare, is putting on moisturizer, because I like to see myself have that little glow. So I'm excited for this part. So another thing you can do to protect your mental health or get you in a happy place is maybe finding a new hobby or picking up an old hobby. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you already know I have rediscovered my obsession with The Sims. I've been playing The Sims since I was 6, and obviously because of adulthood and, you know, working and when I was going to school and all this other stuff and just having a social life, I stopped playing The Sims. I didn't play for a really long time, but because of the whole quarantine and everything, I started playing again, and I don't know, it brought me so much joy. It was kind of nostalgic in a way, but then with all the new updates and things like that, and, you know, it being 2020, it was like really cool to see all the improvements that they've made to the game and all the cool things you could do. Like my sim was like a whole YouTuber, and I was like, oh my god, it's me in real life. She has softbox lights, a ring light, and everything, and I swear the camera in the game looks just like my camera that I film with. So it was like, I should be filming, but I'm gonna just let her film. I'm gonna let her do it for me. And so it was just really fun to like play The Sims. And I'm really into home decor, but home decor is not something you could just, you know, pick up and just start doing. It's like, how many times can you redecorate your living room without breaking the bank, you know? So playing The Sims was really cool because I get to build these houses from scratch and decorate the living rooms and the bathrooms and everything else the way that I want to. And if I didn't like something, I could change it out, put a cheat code in, have unlimited amount of money, and, you know, just have fun with it. So picking up an old hobby or a new hobby, maybe it's cooking, maybe it's coming up with new recipes, or maybe it's crocheting. That's something that I did, or knitting, reading a book, writing a book, writing poetry, you know, things like that. There's so many different things that you can do to just help improve your mental health. And ultimately that's going to help you stay away from like social media and news outlets and things like that. And also spending money you don't have no business spending, because I think a lot of us just bought unnecessary stuff during the quarantine. And that's something else that can affect your mental health when you look at your bank account and realize, dang, I brought all this stuff and I know I didn't need it. So things like that. Another tip that I have for you guys is focus on your goals. Now, I know on social media there had been a lot of different people saying, if you didn't focus on your goals and accomplish something big during this quarantine, then what were you doing? And I understand it's not that easy. There are people who have children at home and they are now becoming, you know, tutors and school teachers, and they're not accustomed to that, and people are still working from home, and there's a lot of things going on. So when I say focus on your goals, I don't mean like you must start a business and get the LLC and then kick it off and do the website and do this and do that. I mean, maybe it's something simple as creating a vision board, having some peace and quiet, lighting a candle, you know, playing some music that you absolutely love, just have a bunch of magazines and just start cutting out things that make you feel good, you know, things that you want to accomplish at some point. It doesn't have to necessarily be during quarantine, because I think we are on the verge of locking down again. So it doesn't have to necessarily be during quarantine. It could just be within the next 5 years. What are some of the things that you want to accomplish? I think focusing on those goals and how you plan on achieving them, I think is a great way to help your mental health, because you're like, okay, these are the things I want to do. And, you know, you start to feel good and excited about it once you have a game plan and doing it in a fun, creative way. So I have my vision board, and I also have a goal board that I get to like move over like it's a game, like little pieces once I've accomplished them. So that is definitely something that has helped my mental health, is just focusing on the things that I want to do in life. And I think it will help you guys too. So the last tip I have for you guys for improving your mental health is meditation. And that can mean a lot of different things. It's very unique and you can customize it to your lifestyle. But that could be in the morning, that could be at night, that could be just like laying in bed and it being completely peaceful and quiet. Personally, for me, I like to burn essential oils. I love aromatherapy. It makes me feel good. Like eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is just one of those oils that is just like, as soon as I smell it, I feel good. Like I feel so happy. And I even use eucalyptus soap so that way when I'm showering, I feel good. I'm like, whew, I don't know, something about it just brings me so much peace and clarity, and I just feel great. I know there are audios that you can play and you can meditate to that, so you have something or someone guiding you in case you don't necessarily know how to do it by yourself. Because I know when I first kind of started meditating, I'm like, how am I supposed to clear my mind? Like, and I'm thinking the whole time, like, okay, how am I supposed to clear my mind? And by the time that I do get it clear, it's like, okay, meditation over. You know what I'm saying? So you do have audios and people on YouTube and stuff like that that can guide you. For some people, that might be reading scripture. You know, there's so many different ways of meditating, but it definitely feels good when you're done. And you just feel relaxed, like, okay, I can do this. I can do this. If you've never tried it, then, you know, you could just find which method works best for you, and, you know, just keep on doing it. It definitely just makes you feel a lot better in the long run. So yeah, guys, those are going to be my tips for improving your mental health, especially during this time, especially with talks of locking down again. And I know that stresses a lot of people out. And it's also winter time. So if you're like me and you have seasonal depression, that is something, you know, that can definitely affect your mental health. So I hope some of these tips and tricks help you. And I want to say shout out to Curology once again for sponsoring this video. I greatly appreciate you guys. One, for having a really convenient skincare company that I never have to go into a store and purchase ever again, but also for helping improve my skin and get it back to what it was. Because honey child, I was breaking out like crazy. And if you guys don't remember, it's because I was not filming like that. I was like, no, no, they cannot see this breakout is terrible. So thank you, Curology, so much for having such an amazing company and making products that is personal. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Make sure you click the link in the description box so you can get your first custom Curology package in the mail and only pay for shipping of $4.95. Like, let's get into it. Okay, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.